As I said earlier, the New English thing, remember that? All over the news, all over everywhere. He's trying to get Clinton out of office and not his stuff start coming up behind him. And it was going to spread all over Egypt. Slick, conniving, but the boy had character. And he had morals. When we fail to have character and morals, our life is going to be upside down. Because when those not in place, we just run wild. Run like a wild rabbit in the wilderness. Next verse.
Then it happened about this time that Joseph went into the house to attend to his duties. And none of the men of the house were indoors.
Nobody else was there but him and her.
And she caught him by his garment.
She caught him. Okay?
Saying, lie with me. But he left his garment in her hand and fled and got out of the house.
Okay?
And when she saw that he had left his garment in her hand and had fled away, she called to the men of her household and said to them, Behold, he, your master, hath brought in a Hebrew to us to mock and insult us.
Hold on. Now listen, look at this. She said on with him, I can't get you one way, I'll get you the other. If I can't get you to do it, Timmy, I'll lie and say you did it. Him and her in the room, alone, I'll snatch his clothes off him and allow him to say he did it. That's why you have to be careful, man. We have to be careful, especially pastors tell us all the time. So much stuff happened in the church that we don't know of. So you have to be careful. Sometimes men are vulnerable and trying to be helpful, but sometimes that woman is conniving and low down and dirty and trying to tear up your marriage because he came from the other church and tore up those. That's what's happening. But sometimes we can't see that. Women look like this. We look like this. We can't see nothing else going on around us. Your wife said, man, she after you. She got her eyes on you. Ah, shit. After me. No, she ain't. Ah, nah. I don't want her. You may not want her now. You may not want her now. She started going like Miss Potiphar. Talking that smooth talking to you. What you like to hear? You'll be coming to the altar crying in a couple of weeks. Saying, Lord, I done sinned. I can't get you one way. I allowed it and say you did it. Hadn't taught him. Hadn't did anything. He stayed away from him. Next verse.
He came in where I was to lie with me, and I screamed at the top of my voice.
Look at that line.
And when he heard me screaming and crying, he left his garment with me and fled and got out of this house. And she laid up his garment by her until his master came home. Then she told him the same story.
Hold on, look. Look what's happening. You see it? I can get it. And she out to get you too. If you let her. You know, some years ago, Mama D, when I first got married, I ran to that woman, after you, I don't want that woman. You know her too. I said, nah, I don't want her. And she said, I don't care if you want her or not, she wants you. And it was true too. And I did like Joseph. I started running. But look what she did. This is the garment right here. And she laying in bed with the garment beside her. You know, it's his garment. Well, the first thing you're going to say is, you married to a woman, and you come in the room, and another man's garment laying there beside her. Don't say you're going to think that didn't happen. That she's from space somewhere. But she's going to think something going on. And she said it. Most men ain't going to believe their wife. And she said, he slept with me. But she snatched the man's clothes off him when he began to run away from her. What verse you in now? 20, 17? Okay, go ahead.
Saying, the Hebrew servant whom you brought among us came to me to mock and insult me. And when I screamed and cried, he left his garment with me and fled out of the house. And when Joseph's master heard the words of his wife, saying to him, this is the way your servant treated me, his wrath and was kindled. And Joseph's master took him and put him in the prison, a place where the state prisoners were confined. So he was there in the prison. But the Lord was with Joseph. The Lord was with Joseph, and showed him mercy and loving kindness, and gave him favor in the sight of the warden of the prison. And the warden of the prison committed to Joseph's care all the prisoners who were in the prison. And whatsoever was done there, he was in charge of it.
Okay.
The prison warden said, pay no attention to what the prison warden paid no attention to anything that was in Joseph's charge, for the Lord was with him and made whatever he did to prosper.
Okay, good.
And
that's it, right? He still prospered, no matter what happened. He allowed me. I was back in the jail because God is with me. I'm still going to prosper. I didn't mess with your wife, but she lied on me. You the king, you believe it. Throw me in jail. Because God is with me. He got favor in jail. And the Bible says he still prospered. Today, I want you to know, character and more than anything else. Young men, young women, don't let anyone make a mockery out of you. Because you won't sleep with them or whatever. I was looking at PBS the other night. Tarion sent my little a text. And it was on AIDS in the United States, in Atlanta, in Mississippi, and it's ridiculous. Because we have no morals and no character anymore, AIDS is running through our city. Because we won't do it how God said do it. He said have a wife and have a husband first. Do it the moral and the ethical way. And you will always prosper. You will always be on the right side. No matter what they're doing out there, let them do what they do. But you do what you do. I know Joseph, I saw a whole lot of stuff going on out there. But he didn't defile himself. Daniel, he didn't defile himself. I don't care what the king say. I'm not going to drink your wine and eat your meat. Because if I do that means I have to do what you tell me to do. But I serve a God higher than you can. Remember, your morals mean more than anything. Authentic Christian character is formed by our commitment to Christ. Listen to this. When we surrender to Christ and allow our piercing work, His piercing work, to grow and enrich us, so that the Spirit flows. Our spiritual discipline, motives, obedience, and persevering faith will be the key. All it takes is to be in love with Christ, seek His presence, grow in your discipleship, and be persistent in your prayer, and in so doing, you will build your character. Stick with God. Amen. Stand to your feet.